Hello students, welcome back. This is the third session of chapter number 1. I hope you all are doing your homework properly and reading the chapter from the textbook. So let's proceed further with some more interesting and important topics. Chapter 1, Computer Fundamentals, Session 3. Students, these are the points which we have covered in session 2. First point, converting binary numbers to decimal numbers. So for that, we have seen some calculations from base 2 to base 10. Second point, classification of computer software. In that, two parts were there, system software and application software. System software we have seen in detail. Three parts of system software: operating system, language processor, and utility software. In language processor, we have seen three parts: assembler, compiler, and interpreter. Students, in previous session, I gave you homework to convert binary numbers to decimal numbers. So please tell your answers. 111101 binary number converted into the decimal number 61. 11001100 binary number converted into the decimal number 204. 00001111 binary number converted into the decimal number 15. 0010 binary number converted into the decimal number 2. 111111 binary number converted into the decimal number 63. If you find your answer wrong, then don't worry students. Just revise the video again and do the calculation properly, okay? Classification of computer software. Students, in previous session we have seen system software in detail. Now in this session we will see application software in detail. Okay, let's start. Application software. It is a set of programs designed to help the user to perform specific tasks. Specific tasks? Yes, students. We can choose an application software depending upon our requirements. Like if we want photo editor software, we can select Adobe Photoshop. Like we want presentation software, we can select Microsoft PowerPoint software. If any jewelry shop wants their own software to make bills, so software can be created for specific task also. So students, numerous application software programs have been developed over the years to serve different purposes. The application software can further be classified into two categories. First, general purpose application software, and second, specific purpose application software. So students, let's start with first type, general purpose application software. It is developed keeping in mind the needs and requirements of general people. It means everybody can use these softwares. It can be paid or it can be free version. Let's see the examples of general purpose application software. First is word processing software, used for creating documents such as letters, stories, and reports. Provides option for creating, editing, formatting, and printing text and graphics. Here are the examples of word processing software. Word 2013, Word Perfect, Writer. Students, you have already used Word 2013 software in your standard 5th and 6th. So I hope you all are clear with word processing software. Spreadsheet software. This software accepts data values in row and column format and lets us create, manipulate, calculate and analyze data in the desired manner. Students, you have already learnt basics of spreadsheet software in Standard 6 with Excel 2013. Here some more examples are given. Kelsey, Lotus 123. So these all are called spreadsheet software. Database Management System, DBMS. It is a software program that lets us store large amounts of data in an organized manner. Students, for this I am giving you one example. HBK school have many branches. Each and every branch contains many students, teachers, principals, supervisors. So, school needs to save all their data somewhere in warehouse. And that warehouse is called database. And to manage that database, we have some softwares that is called Database Management System. We have some examples here. Access 2013, Oracle and Base. Next is Desktop Publishing Software. The short form is DTP, Desktop Publishing. This type of software is used for designing books, journals, brochures, newspapers, and so on. Here some examples are given of DTP software, Adobe InDesign and Quark Express. Graphics, Multimedia and Presentation Software. Graphics software is used to work with images like Adobe Photoshop. Multimedia software manipulates images, text, sound, animation and video like Adobe Director. Presentation software is used to display information in a dynamic manner such as slideshow like PowerPoint 2013. So children, these all are the examples of general purpose application software. Now children, this is the second type of application software, specific purpose application software. It is developed keeping in mind the requirements of an organization or an individual. Students, software programs that are designed especially to achieve specific tasks are known as customized software, or you can say specific purpose application software. Some examples are given here. Accounting management software, reservation system, human resource management system, attendance system, payroll system, school inventory and control system, and billing system. Students, these all systems needs their own requirement. That's why it is called specific purpose application software. Open Source Initiative. The Open Source Initiative, OSI, is an organization dedicated to promote open source software. This organization is distributed under a licensing arrangement. So students, what is the purpose of this organization? So it allows the source code to be accessible to the users and organizations. It means anyone can use or customize those softwares as per their need. Open source software may or may not be available free of cost. So students, on the other hand, proprietary software on which there are restrictions on use, modification, copying or redistribution. So these days, a growing number of people and organizations have started using open source software. Why? Because developers or programmers believe that the collaborative work produces better software than the case in which only very few programmers have the right to modify the source code. So students, here some open source software examples are given. Ubuntu, that is free operating system for desktops. Android for smartphones. OpenOffice. So students, this is the free software, gives you all the functionalities which you have already used in Microsoft Office, which is paid version. Audacity, that is sound editor. GIMP, that is photo editor. Mozilla Firefox, that is web browser. And last, VLC, that is media player. Students, did you know free and open source software, that is FOSS, F-O-S-S, is the short form. It is the computer software that is both open source software and available free of charge. So people can customize it according to their own need. The best suitable example of FOSS is Linux. Linux is an operating system widely used today, powering millions of servers, desktop, smartphones and other devices. Students, you all are aware with Android operating system of smartphone. But do you know that the Android is just a customized version of Linux operating system? So students, here we end the chapter. Please revise all the videos again and again. It can help you to clear the concepts. Okay? Thank you. Take care. See you in the next chapter.